Hey everyone, today I'm with Dina.
Hello!
And because we are both into children's media and drawing, we thought about putting together a story and illustrating it. And then we illustrated each other's part. We took turns coming up with parts to create a story, sort of like improv. This is part 2, so be sure to watch part 1 on Dina's channel first.
Ooh,
and with that,
I have to.
the story continues. Yeah, go check it out.
So, this giant creature cookie monster jumps out of the oven amongst all the colorful smoke and sparks and fire and scares the children, and they're like, what is this? What have we done? Why is he alive? And what they haven't noticed is that in the cookbook that they used, it says magical recipes, and the gingerbread recipe was not only for gingerbread but actually for living gingerbread cookies.
Whoa, that's creepy. Wait, they can create people.
Yeah, well, Grandma probably uses it to create like tiny cookies to help her like organize the kitchen or something. I don't know, maybe
summon
like tiny
devils
slaves.
from hell.
That's really bad. Okay, so this giant creature cookie growls at the kids and they're like super scared, so they run out the door trying to get away from what they've created. Of course they don't want to go to Grandma because Grandma's going to be mad at what they've done, because this is probably not allowed and it said forbidden on the cookbook as well, so this really they should have known. So they run into the forest because around the house of Grandma there is a dark forest with a lot of different creatures, and weird stuff happens there all the time, but they're not supposed to go there, but they run there anyway because they want to get away from this cookie monster. And in they go, and Cookie Monster is coming close behind them, and they run, and at some point Elle stumbles over roots and suddenly starts sliding down a hole between the roots, and Gretel runs back and tries to help him, but she also falls through, and they fall through under the tree into a little room.
Ooh.
Where a little scared pixie sits, or elf. I don't know what you call it, like elf, gnome, pixie. Sits there with his little porch, and he's so scared. He's just so shocked to see these kids tumbling down his door. He did not expect that, and he closes the door and is like, "What? What are you doing?" And that's the end of my part.
Oh gosh. So Hansel and Gretel have fallen into this poor little elf gnome's creature's house, and they have completely destroyed some furniture because they are so much larger than this poor little thing. So they land in there, and they explain to the elf gnome thing that they are being chased by this creature that they have created. And next thing you know, the cookie creature is clawing at the hole. It grew in size when it was in the oven, so it's larger than Hansel and Gretel. So it's clawing at these roots, trying to get in, and the gnome elf guy is like, whoa, wait a second. You just brought danger to my home? Like, whoa, I don't think so. Thankfully, this gnome elf guy has a secret exit, so he whips away the carpet and they go through this tunnel, and as they are going through this tunnel, he explains to Hansel and Gretel that they know someone that could probably help them. They have a cousin that works for this big jolly man, and he usually can help anyone's problem, especially if they are children. So as they're going through this tunnel, they actually hear that the gingerbread creature guy has made it through into the house and is clawing its way through the tunnel. But they hurry along and they go to the exit of this tunnel, and when they come up, they see even more elves and gnomes, and they are building away, making toys, making candy, fixing things, and they look over to the corner of the room to see a mysterious large man who is dressed in red. And the elf wonder who that could be.
Yeah.
So the elf says, go talk to him and he'll be able to help you out. Just explain your situation. I'm going to try to hold off this gingerbread creature because it is coming in and it's going to eat everybody, probably.
Yeah.
So Hansel and Gretel run over to the big red man. That's the big red man. So that's that.
Oh, that's really
The big red man.
Who's this? Wonder. All right. Oh God. We just derailed. We're just like, oh my. Okay.
This is the last part.
Oh no. Oh wow. I have to wrap it up.
You gotta wrap it up.
I have to wrap it up. Okay.
Wrap it up like a present.
So. Okay, so Hansel and Gretel woke up with this big red man who seems to be very busy looking through lists. And they're not quite sure who it is and what this place is, because they don't live in the North Pole. They can't possibly be Santa, right? And then Santa suddenly looks down at them and says, "Ho ho, who do we have here? Have you been nice children or naughty children this year?"
Well.
And Hansel and Gretel looks at their toes and they're very, very sad. And then they admit to Santa that actually they have created a mess in Grandma's home, and they've created this living cookie, which is not at all nice. Yeah, they realize that it's Santa now, of course. Because who didn't know? And then Santa says, "Oh, well, how will Santa react to this?" That's the question. So Santa looks at them and says, "Well, that's unfortunate."
Oh my
God. Where is this cookie creature now? And Hansel and Gretel points back at the gnome that helped them get to Santa's workshop, and you can see that he's trying to hold the door closed, but this cookie creature is trying to get in, and Santa nods and says, let him in, let us see this creature now." Yeah, I know, right? And this giant cookie creature. We don't know yet. I have to end this somehow, so this is really interesting. So the giant cookie creature comes crawling towards Hansel and Gretel and Santa, and Santa puts down his list and his pen and says, "Hoy there, cookie creature, halt! What are you doing chasing these children around?" And the cookie creature says, "Well, I didn't ask to be created. I just wanted to know why they did this and why I'm here. Because in the recipe, actually, it says that the cookies are nice. But of course, when Hansel and Gretel, they didn't know that this cookie was going to be alive. So they created this big cookie when they're actually supposed to be very small. And Cookie was just very, very confused. And Hansel and Gretel says, "Well, I thought we were making him for you, Santa, but we don't know what to do now." And Santa says, "Well, cookie creature, you are so big and have so many hands. I don't know how many hands. You. So maybe you can stay here and help me create toys. That would be a great task for you." And Cookie Creature smiles brightly and is super happy and says, "Of course, yes, I would love to do that." And that kind of works like a cookie for Santa. Just that Santa doesn't eat him. True.
Santa got a free slave, I think.
No, don't say that. Oh, I wonder how long cookie creatures live. Anyway,
well, depends on how long it takes Santa to eat.
So Santa says, "Well, Hansel and Gretel, you gotta get home now. It's Christmas Eve. You have to be with your family and have good food and all that. And you definitely have to clean the kitchen." Okay, they went home, apologized to Grandma. Grandma wasn't mad at all. She said, "Well, it's Christmas, so it's all good. Everything's forgiven, and let's just have a wonderful Christmas. Even though the kitchen is super messy and everything's a mess, I still love you, and we're family." Aww. So they went home and had a lovely, lovely Christmas.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. I hope you enjoyed the story. Again, be sure to check out Dina's YouTube channel and subscribe because her illustrations are beautiful and she has a lot of tips on advice and character design. So with that, bye!
Bye!
Thank you so much to all of my patrons, including Michael Young, Sarah James, Alice Tries, Rochelle Renee, Hannah, Bellasaurus, Jonathan Chihuahua, and Oni. If you want a shout out at the end of my videos, access to my sketchbook, coloring pages, and more, become my patron by clicking the link in the description. Thank you all so much for the support. Bye!